Okay, so for all you people who have been following my channel lately, on YouTube, I went camping from Friday, Saturday, and until Sunday morning, which would be this morning. Okay. Um, Let me tell you exactly what I did. I biked the equivalent of half of a marathon, so 7 point something miles from my house to my camping area that I was going to, my uncle's property, okay? I set up camp. I went fishing, and by the time I came back, I was so incredibly drained of fluids, even having a Gatorade and a full can of water, of my aluminum thing water bottle full. Um, Literally by the time I got halfway back to my camp area, I was crawling on my hands and knees, and I was literally feet away from the little 3 liter thing of 2 liter bottle thing, whatever, that I brought, a little soda bottle, not little, but you know, like the whatever, one of those. I was literally feet away from it, or like 3 yards or something like that. I don't know how far it was, but it was far enough where that I couldn't actually reach it by moving my arm. But at the time that it was there, I could only move my fingertips, really. It was really that bad. Um, and it was actually pretty traumatic for me. I'm laughing about it now, but because looking back on it, at that point I was pretty much all in here, really. But I mean, literally, I could not move. I was laying there on the ground trying to reach a water bottle uh, yards away from me. So at some point at that time, I started accepting the fact that I might die, which is really kind of funny and kind of pathetic at the same time. Um, but also, uh, something else in me like slapped myself. Whatever part of me was saying, "Just give up, you're gonna die," literally slapped myself, and I started, you know, I rolled over, literally got on my hands and knees again, and probably got like 4 feet of air jumping towards the water bottle. I'm not lying. I mean, like I cleared my fireplace, which wasn't lit or anything at the time. Okay, it's a really small fireplace too, but I literally cleared that in a jump, with me kind of being like a rain cloud. I was sweating that much. Like literally, if I were a rain cloud, there would be thunder and lightning underneath me, and yeah, it'd be raining sweat. But yeah, but I literally cleared my fireplace, grabbed my water bottle, started drinking, and from that point on, I really started paying attention to hydration. Hydration was the key. Everywhere I went, I didn't just bring my water bottle with me. I brought a Gatorade bottle full of water, my water bottle, which was aluminum, so it's kind of tall but still skinny, and the 3 liter, 2 liter, whatever, the whatever liter bottled of water that I brought. I brought all those three with me at all times. They were always in my backpack, which was always on my back. Um, Another thing I should have been more prepared about also was, I don't know if you noticed my face and my, well, you can't really see my arms, but um, for someone who spent the first 4 years of my life in the state of Florida, I burn really easily. But still, this was kind of bad. I mean, like when I came back and I was in my room, uh, I could feel the heat on my hands, but not on my arms. My arms were feeling kind of like, without touching them, they were in a cool kind of feeling. So I literally think somehow I've gotten some sort of really nasty sunburn, or possibly even sun poisoning. I don't know what that even is yet, but whatever. I know my brother had it once but that was like his sunburn started peeling immediately, and my arms haven't peeled yet. So yeah. Um. Okay, sunscreen and bug spray. Those are the two things I wanted to just talk about there. Um, Bugs, really, I hate them. Where I was camping, there's 3 main bugs you really want to look out for. and one of them isn't really active right around now. They're mostly active around beginning of only in the springtime really. They really pop up at the beginning of spring and kind of settle down at the end of spring, and towards summer they're okay, I guess. But three main bug types I had to look out for was the black flies. Those are really nasty. If you've ever been bitten by a black fly, 100% of the time, unless you swat them away as soon as they land on you, they're going to take skin and you're going to start bleeding. Seriously, that's how bad they are. Tiger flies, or whatever those other flies are, deer fly, tiger fly, they're like, their eye vision is set on movement and heat. So even if you're standing still and you're sweating like I was, they're going to be all on your face trying to drink up your sweat or something like that. They were even in my eyes sometimes. It was, it wasn't a humid hot, it was just a dry hot. And because everything was so dry and hot out there, that they were literally trying to drink off the liquid or whatever on my eyeball, and it was nasty. But those, and mosquitoes. Mosquitoes pretty commonly annoying, but not as annoying as the deer, tiger, or black fly. Bug spray usually don't take care of all of them, but it'll take care of enough to make it bearable. So yeah. And another thing I wanted to be, food. The food that I brought were mostly, you would need heat to make them. The dry freeze food I didn't realize, but it had an aluminum inning lining to it until I opened it up, so I could have probably eaten that a lot sooner than I had. But that's just, you add water and you can put it in the sunlight and it basically cooks itself. The only thing is you have to really stir and make sure you add enough water to that. So that being said, I should have probably brought some cans of Spam and some bread or something if I had it. I have bread, but cans of Spam I never had, or any kind of thing that's not really disposable by heat, or can be destroyed by heat. It's fresh and it's easily packable. So those 3 points are the ones that I wanted to talk about real quick. That being said, this was not so much of a success as it was I hoped it would be. But there were a lot of successes that came through with this. Just the fact that I biked equivalents of 15 miles or so and over the weekend, coming and going from my camping site. That's possibly more than I've ever biked in my entire life put together. I'm not a very active person, as you can see. I'm really trying to change that over my few next years. But that was a lot to take in at once, and I've been trying to work myself towards that all last week. I even missed a day for my updates, and I totally forgot. But okay, that's a big part of that. Sorry. I'm also really tired too. I didn't get a lot of sleep out there. There was a lot of times where I wish I brought an actual blanket or something to go over my sleeping bag, because it would get so cold out at nights after being so hot during the days that roughly around 10 o'clock is when the outside cooled down enough so that it's bearable, but my inner side of my tent would still be boiling like blistering hot. Then roughly around 12 or so, my tent would cool almost like being in a freezer, and my legs would cramp up really, really bad. So every half hour or so I'd wake up with a different cramp on a different leg, and it was really kind of bad. And a few things I want to point out about this is I will never forsake electricity, TVs, computers, internet, or toilets for that matter. Yes, I said toilets. Why? Because I possibly have about a few splinters up my ass right now from trying to sit over a tree to take my craps, and it's kind of unbearably painful, but I made a memory of it. It's not one of a fond memory, but it's a memory nonetheless. And by the end of the trip, I actually took my knife and carved in RM Shat here on this log that was laid over. So I'll always, if I ever go back there, I'll always go, that's where I took a deuce. And it's kind of funny. I was planning on doing this update on Tuesday because it's my usual update days, unless I have something new that I need to say right away. But I also realized that is the sorry, I'm really tired, but it's only like 8:37 and I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. That's roughly, I think, either the 3rd or the 4th of July, and one of the guys I've always mentioned on this channel, if not for the past few videos, all of them or whatever, is Greek Gadget Guru. He said he was thinking up some plans for some 4th of July type video. I've got some ideas in my head right here. If you want to make anything with me, I'll show you how to make it. And you're just gonna possibly need all the stuff, even if your state bans the use of actual fireworks. You could usually find these things in a Walmart. I know I live in Massachusetts, even though I'm not sure about the status on it, but I know they were thinking about giving permits to buy fireworks and license to sell them and stuff like that up here in Massachusetts. But in Walmart they have the party poppers and the snap thingies and sparklers and whatever. If you wanted to make anything that I'm gonna make this week, you should possibly go down to your Walmart, seeing how it is now the 1st of July. They're bound to have their festivities stuff out by now. Yes. And sorry about the videos and stuff. I said I was gonna bring my camera. I did, and apparently the heat fried my camera. So I no longer have a camcorder. I'm gonna have to go find a new one, which sucks because that was a great camcorder given to me by my grandfather. So yeah, apparently heat melts a lot of internals before it melts the external shell of everything, especially if your camcorder is the color of black. With that being said, on a happy note, I'm still growing my scruff. Happy notes. I can't really think of anything right now. My mind's totally shot. I was actually just planning on going to bed, but then I, thought I'd never forsake anything again, and thought I'd tell you guys about it. And yeah. And when I got back, I took a shower, and I literally scrubbed bugs out of my hair. So I think I'm gonna go get a haircut soon. If you're watching this, whatever, tell me what kind of haircut you think I should get. I don't care. Mohawk or emo whip or whatever, I don't care. I don't really pay attention to my head that much. There was even one time where I had this a little lisp or whatever on my my bang, and everything else was cut short. That was kind of funny. A lot of people didn't like that, and I was like, fuck you, I don't care. Oh, one other thing I wanted to point out is if you're gonna ever do anything like this, you should at least have some sort of knowledge on the basis of a hands-on. So you should always have if you're thinking you can do something by watching YouTube videos, you might be able to, I don't know. But if you're like me, you would really need a hands-on type thing to go with all your knowledge and whatever. Okay, I'm running really low on time. My channel's been approved for 15 minutes for some reason. But okay, I'll talk to you guys Tuesday. Whatever, it's me, Bobtron, double saluting, whatever. Peace. Nixon Star O!